Hello and welcome to another exciting, fun-filled webinar brought to you by Engati. I'm Rahul, a product evangelist at Engati.
Hi all, I'm Drishti, a customer success engineer, and we are your hosts today for this live event.
Now, as I said, we can't begin the show without thanking you guys for all the support that you have been showing us for this series.
Absolutely. Like, we always wanted to do something different, fun, high energy, yet full of substance, and we are so glad that you guys are loving it. And now, before we dive into the webinar, let's begin with a short introduction to Engati.
That's right. Engati is the world's leading open no-code digital CX platform for automating your customer and employee processes. We let you build once and deploy across 14 plus channels. That includes WhatsApp, Messenger, Slack, Teams, and 10 others in less than 7 minutes. And yes, you heard that right. We've had 30,000 bots deployed across 186 countries in every domain and use case, and have 150 plus bot templates for you to choose from. So whatever your requirement is, we have a solution for you.
That's absolutely right. So, Rahul, I have a question for you.
Mhm.
That as a customer, when are you the most annoyed?
Oh yeah, so the other day I was ordering pizzas
Oh
and
my god, are we back to your pizzas? Like, aren't you not tired of eating them all day?
hey, Drishti, pizza is love, pizza is life, and I am unstoppable.
All right, okay. Let me ask you another question. That if you were a customer service agent, what do you think you would be the most annoyed of?
Probably answering the same questions over and over and over and over again.
Right? Yeah, and did I hear somebody moments ago saying that he was unstoppable?
Yeah, okay, but not here. But we have a solution for that, right? We have chatbots with us.
Well, of course, we have chatbots. Chatbots, like, it is a blessing. You can upload all these repetitive questions in the form of FAQ, and also with the new DocuSense technology, all you have to do is just upload the whole PDF, and it will retrieve answers for you. But suppose if you forget a complex query or a very specific question, so isn't that possible?
That definitely is possible.
Yeah, and suppose the customer does not get the answer to that specific query, and I think that would turn him off, right? So,
Yeah, that's true.
what do you think that means?
Loss of business,
Which would mean,
no income,
and that would mean,
no pizza. Okay, no. We have to fix this.
right? But you can relax. So, as everybody says, that it is always a fine blend of automation and the right human touch that enables you to provide superior customer service. And to elaborate more on this idea, we have with us a CX expert on the show today.
That's right. He is the VP of CX Solutions Delivery for RR Donnelly, a global business communications firm specializing in the production, execution, and delivery of customer engagement tactics along the entire path of purchase. His mission is to help brands deliver the best in class customer experiences. He regularly consults with Fortune 500 brands, defining their CX strategies and ultimately leading their tactical solutions by way of implementation experts and teams at RR Donnelly. So he is none other than Dennis Wakabayashi. Welcome to the show, Dennis. Such an honor to have you on board.
Welcome, Dennis.
Hi, Drishti. Raul, how are you both today? Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here speaking on behalf of Engati. I think everything you're doing is so right, and I just want to applaud you because I see a lot of different chatbot customer care solutions across the industry. And what I really love about you guys is you're engaging your audiences, your customers, people who spend money on your products, and you're co-creating with them the solutions to go forward. And I think that's it just deserves a tremendous amount of respect, and I applaud you for that. So a little bit more about me. I'm Dennis Wakabayashi. Just to put it in context, I think in the world of customer experience, you'll find two kinds of leaders. You'll find leaders that focus on customer-centric culture, helping businesses understand why the customer is important. And then on the other side of that coin, you will see that there are people like myself who focus on the value, the delivery of customer lifetime value. So when it comes to customer care and customer lifetime value, you're really talking about the front lines, the most important conversations that are happening for any brand. And when you look at those conversations, they come in a wide range of styles or complexity. And when you look at the chatbots, so let's say you have chatbots, customer care agents. Chatbots are really fantastic at answering yes or no questions, simple queries, but I think everyone can admit that the experiences that we have with chatbots are not optimal when we have to have deeper conversations, more complex issues need to be solved, and so customer care agents are brought into the mix. Balancing chatbots, customer care agents is a really challenging question to solve for any business. When I speak to leaders at major brands, they often are investing a tremendous amount of money and effort into building call centers, hiring customer care agents, and even with the advent of these new solutions during COVID, where we can essentially crowdsource customer care agents across a wide spectrum of countries, languages, time zones, these customer care agents still represent a significant cost to the organization. Comparatively, chatbots, they're becoming more and more prevalent in our industry. We see every sort of smaller brand, small to mid-range brand, leveraging chatbots as a way to engage with their customer care needs. Problem is, neither one of these solutions scales particularly well. On the chatbot side of things, we see a lot of fast responses, not the highest quality responses. On the other side, we see a lot of very high quality customer care experiences. I can tell you just yesterday, I was on the phone with a financial institution. Their customer care agent was stellar. I mean, if you could replicate him, that would be fantastic, but you can't. You can replicate chatbots, not the people. So how do we bring these things together? Well, when Engati originally approached me to have a conversation with their audience and speak to this notion of merging the customer care chatbots with customer care agents, I felt like, I think that's the way to go. By merging the two of these things, what we essentially get is scale. We can scale rapid responses across any customer who has a question that can be answered by a chatbot, but we close this gap between the chatbot and the customer care agent. And so Engati's artificial intelligence solution builds a bridge between chatbots and people, and that scales well, both from the service that goes to the end user and rapidly addressing many of the easier questions. I think this is an efficiency and cost. I think it's a great use of artificial intelligence in terms of a technology, but I'm not certain that's the most unique position. I speak to customer call center employees, I speak to brands all over the world who are deploying different customer care solutions like this using AI. But what I think makes Engati particularly different, and the reason why I agreed to have this conversation with the public, is Engati is taking a basic fundamental notion of customer experience, is empathizing with their customers. And the fact that Engati asked me to speak to you and invite you to ask questions. Today is an opportunity for everyone listening to ask questions, get answers, share your experiences with chatbots or customer care centers, and help Engati learn from our communities what's important so that each particular evolution or generation of their solution gets better and better, which I think is a lot smarter approach to the market, the co-collaboration. So that's what brought me here today. What I can tell you is that customer care is where it's at today. A year ago, before COVID, what we knew was customers wanted to feel happy. They wanted to be entertained. They wanted experiences that would matter. We saw transformation in what some people call the restaurant renaissance. Restaurants became very popular. The better their experiences were, the more lucrative opportunities became available to them. So we saw this shift into restaurants going well. Retail was suffering tremendously. And it's because retail could not adapt quickly to the experiences that mattered. Well, then COVID happened. Once COVID happened and the customer decided that safety was their number one concern, brands, their number one concern was for safety for their customers. Customer care became the single most important customer experience of 2020, and it will be in 2021. From a technological perspective, beyond marrying the customer care agent and the chatbot, what we see is the mobile devices and the touchless world taking a huge role in providing customer experiences. So beyond just thinking of the bridge between humans and bots, the connection of that experience of customer care through your mobile device is prevalent and it is accelerating. I see across Fortune 500 brands in the United States, the acceleration of the touchless world and the inclusion of customer care in the palm of your hand as the best way to create safe experiences, informed experiences, and maintain a connection with the customer that builds a strong relationship. I guess for this audience, what I would also say for those of you who are asking yourselves, what is the business implication, or give me the why, Dennis. Why do I want this chatbot? Why do I want this artificial intelligence customer care thing? What's the big deal? Well, known customers who a brand brings in as a relationship. Making that relationship matter is where all of the growth, the long-term perpetual growth, comes from engaging in great relationships. In the business world, we call that customer lifetime value. Customer lifetime value for all of the clients that I work with typically see anywhere from 2 to 5 or 6% year-over-year growth to their business by simply creating the best customer care experiences they possibly can. So, in summary, what I would say is think about the customers in 2021. They're going to be looking for safety. One of the primary ways they will engage with brands is through customer care applications or personnel. In that context, being able to respond rapidly at scale to easy questions with a smart chatbot is crucial, but it's not enough. You will need to carry the conversation over to customer care representatives that are now abundant based on everyone working from home. Marrying those two with a savvy piece of AI is the solution. It's the solution for everyone. It's for all of us who want to use these products or services. It's important to us, but for all the customer care brands that are delivering chatbots or customer care, this marriage of using AI to scale great customer care is central to success. And what I will say is when you're looking for a brand, Engati, as an example, is releasing a new version. I think it's on October 15th, somewhere around there, or maybe it was even before that, but Raul and Drishti can answer that in more detail. But my point being, Engati is at the forefront of this in terms of AI. And more importantly, they're on the forefront of talking to us, the people who use these products and services, so that we can help craft these solutions of tomorrow. So it's with that, I would just say, I'm excited to be here. I cannot wait to hear the questions that come from the audience. Please ask us a lot of questions. Give us your input. Let us know what you're thinking. Tell us what you think the future of customer care is. And with that, I would just say, Raul or Jishti, do you have any questions for me today?
Yes, Denise, I guess we have one question coming from the audience that
Awesome.
how to make your online business have a good online presence and how to attract new customers to my shop. I guess this question is asked from Apurva Shukla, so if you can give a good answer to them.
Okay, so that was two questions. Tell me again what the very first part of the question was, is
How can a business have an online presence and how to attract customers to that business?
Okay, great. So that's a very fantastic question. And the reason why I like that question is a lot of people in the beginning may have said, build a website. But I think what we've seen is there are a vast number of social networks that connect different countries to their audiences in a very specific and high quality way. And what I really like about that is, one, you can establish a presence on a website, or you can do it through social, but you can still connect your customer care solutions to either your social presence or your web presence. So pick a website, pick a social channel, build something there. Definitely incorporate customer care, chatbots or live agents or both. What's great about any of these solutions is they can scale. You can have just a chatbot and one customer care agent or many. So you do have control over the costs. In terms of the other part of that question of how do I drive people to my business, I would say that looking at the world of marketing and advertising on digital, especially, or customer experience, it breaks up into two pieces: acquiring new customers and servicing known customers or existing customers. Customer care does both of these quite well. However, where I would advise is your existing customers, giving them the highest quality experiences through customer care or in other ways, provides continuity or continuous growth in revenue. So one, you can use your social network. Let's say you chose that. Your social network will have easy to use tools that amplify your message to the right audiences. However, if you don't have a strong customer care foundation to support those customers as you acquire them, that is probably where the challenge or the opportunity is for any size business.
That's great. That's a great answer, Dennis. And just wanted to add just one point that when you talk about the chatbot and live chat, so we also have that solution deployable on 14 plus channels that includes Facebook, Messenger, Slack, Telegram. So I guess that's how you can increase your online presence.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I even think I'm guilty of this. I always think of website integration, but you're exactly right. Just to hear that you have a Facebook integration, 5 years ago, we could not just log on to Facebook, open up our business online, tap into the exact audiences using very sophisticated marketing tools. And now with you connecting customer care to that, it's really democratizing business across the world. And I would have to say, I'm very guilty of this sometimes. I look at things through the lens of the perspective of the US, but I work with a lot of brands in other countries, and your solution, it just kudos to you. It doesn't just scale to your multi-billion-dollar company in the US. You really could put enterprise level customer care and business development or corporate enterprise in the hands of people in other countries that might be small and not have access to huge technologies. So in that way, it's just one more reason I admire you. I can think of, I spent a lot of time in countries like Ukraine where this sort of thing, to be able to spin up a business and provide for your family at very low cost, I applaud that. That is a really democratizing business for the world. In addition to what you're doing, is just a really noble and awesome thing.
Thank you. I think we have one more question by Claire Bosch Scott. Thank you so much, Claire, for being on the webinar. Yep, she's here. So she's asking, Claire's question is, how do you ensure consistency in throughout the different communication channels? How do you do that?
Wow. So number one, Claire, thank you for being here. Number two, I guess I should have expected a challenging question from you. So the question is, how do we create continuity of service across all the channels? Is that it, Raul?
Yep.
All right, so I'll say this. In the context of this live show, easy answer is customer care. At every touch point, if you integrate the ability for a chatbot to close the gap for easy questions, great. But if you unpack that, the continuity comes from the ability to escalate the level of response in alignment with the complexity of the question. So continuity across all of the channels, one of the very best ways is customer care and chatbots with customer care agents. I would also say that there are a lot of other data points. If I were to look at a little higher level, I would say there are data points that would give you the ability to essentially serve up personalized content, those sorts of things. But despite all of the efforts that you leverage, whether it's content, personalization, marketing automation, ad tech, at the end of the day, the true continuity across every channel comes from the engagement between the brand and the consumer, and customer care is the most important customer touch point of 2021, 2020.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Dennis, for that energy, all that insights, fresh insights that you brought in. I think you were wonderful. And we have more questions, but we will answer them at the end. So stick around. And I think, Claire, we have the answer for your question as well. So if you stick around, you will find out what that is. So thank you, Dennis, again for showing up, and you were fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, you guys, well done. Thank you for engaging the CX community. Thank you for engaging your customers. And thank you for the co-collaboration. I wish more and more brands co-collaborated with their audiences, and just kudos to you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So that was Dennis Wakabayashi for you guys. Also, feel free to reach out to him. We'll add all his socials in the show notes. This session will be live on YouTube. So make sure you go and check that out, and reach out to him if you need any other assistance. Well, let's move on with the webinar.
Right. Yeah, so Rahul, apart from pizzas, what else are you interested in?
You know, Drishti, something that I really like other than pizzas is watching TV shows while eating pizzas. And, you know, one of my favorite TV shows that I always go to, like 90% of the people, and I'm sure people will, you know, be agreeing to that, is Friends. I really love watching Friends. It's a great time watching that show all the time.
Yeah, so guess what? I thought about this, and I have created one good chatbot that will answer some friends' queries. So let me
Oh,
just present my screen and show. And
that's
you know, we
fantastic.
can have say a competition on if the bot can answer those queries or not. Yeah?
Okay, that works fine. Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I'll do that. Give me a minute.
I'm excited about this. All right, there it is. Okay. Oh, you have it all fancy with the colors and stuff. Okay. Hi, welcome. I think you're here because you're a fan of the French show. Oh, yes, I am. Ask me questions and I will answer almost everything. Okay, that. I take that as a challenge, Drishti. Let me
Yeah.
see how smart you've built the chatbot. All right, so I have my first question. What did Ross name his pet monkey?
Okay. Ross's monkey's name is something that I'm going to ask. Marcel, is that right?
Oh, hey, that's correct. That's fantastic. Let's see if somebody from the audience has any questions. Guys,
Okay.
if you any Friends fans here, let's type in some questions. Yep, I am pretty sure a lot of people watch Friends here.
Hmm.
Anybody guys from the audience? Oh, I have a ton of questions. If you guys are not asking, I'm gonna ask them.
Okay, Rahul, I guess you can start shooting questions.
Okay, all right. So here's another question I have. Right, what is Joey's recliner called?
Name.
Yeah, what's the
Okay.
name?
Joey's recliner's name. Rosita. Isn't that right?
Hey, that is correct. Okay, we have one more question. I think Deepyanti is asking this. Uh, how many times Ross Geller has been married and divorced?
Okay, number of times Ross got married and divorced. Okay, let's see. Hmm, 3 times?
Oh, that is accurate. All right, that's great. I have one last question, okay, and that is, oh, there's somebody asking more questions. Okay, let me see. Let me think of a good question. Okay, this is a tough one. All right, what did Phoebe change her name to?
Okay. Phoebe changed her name to. Is that right?
Let's see how smart of a chatbot that you have. I'm actually pretty impressed by what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, any more questions? Do you want to challenge the chatbot more? No worries, guys. So, if you guys have any questions, you can. I know, right? The bot nailed it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I guess the bot likes us a lot and I have trained it perfectly. But suppose I asked a question like, say, what was Chandler Bing's job? And the bot will might not be able to answer because who really knows what Chandler Bing's job is, right? So, and then what can happen is that it will not answer and you might get pissed off. So, well, this is just a game. But suppose a customer comes into your business and just like not knowing what a specific query that is, and the bot is not able to answer. So, just like Dennis said, that when just a chatbot is not available, you need to marry a live agent with the chatbot so that they can give superior customer experiences. And that is why you need that live chat support with you so that you don't lose your business, just like Rachel and Monica lost their apartment. I guess you guys get that reference. So, without much further ado, what I will do is I will just present the live chat platform to you and show how it would work. So, allow me to share my screen again. Any questions, please put it in the Q&A section so that I can refer to later when I am done with the demo or the webinar. So this is the live chat platform which we have. Now, in the live chat platform, what you have to do is you have to first set up your product. So for setting up your product, the basic details that you need to add is what your business is. So there is this general settings which are present where you have to just name your business and let me show you another product. So you just name your business, the website where you want to deploy or the website of your company, add a logo, and you can add a short bio of what your business does. The other settings include setting up the primary language. So we provide 50 plus language support on the platform. So you can just enable any other language if you would like. You can set up the primary time zone of your solution, and which will also depend on setting up the, I can say, working hours for all your agents that you're adding. And these are some general configurations or messages that will be going to the end user when the live chat agent is assigned to a particular conversation. So these are the general settings. Coming to the channels, and I guess I can answer Claire's question here as well, that when it comes to different communication channels, Engati allows you to deploy the same solution on 14 plus platforms. That includes Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Skype, Telegram, and even if you have internal teams, you can go ahead with Slack and Microsoft Teams. So you can have the same solution on 14 plus platforms, and you can cater to all your customer queries coming in from everywhere. Coming to the team setup. So I have deployed my solution, but I need to add my team onboarded as well. So here you can set up the work week to say Monday to Friday. If you have it 24/7, you can also enable Saturday and Sunday for your solution. And you can also have holidays added so that the agents will be unavailable then. So you can just add the holidays. And you can also set up maximum conversations so that per channel, which conversations the agent should be answering. And also you can set up SLA, that is service level agreements, for all your agents that have coming in. Now, when the agents are added, there are particular categories that you want the agent query to be coming in. So the category can depend on country or say time zones, or also even with functions that they can answer. Hi Rahul, you're back.
Hey, technical difficulties. I'm really sorry about that. Yes, you can go ahead with the demo.
Yeah, right. So I was just on categories and how that could help. So I guess when it comes to functions, so there are multiple functions a product would support. So that can be, say, sales team or IT support or post sales queries or billing. So you can create categories along that as well. Now coming to manage. So here is a team management where you can add multiple agents, and then you can just define categories or assign channels for them so that they can interact with the users coming in from that particular platform only. So that is definitely possible. And to make agent life really, really easy, we also have something called as quick replies, so that
Oh, I
you
love
can
this.
just, yeah, I know, right? So you just have to select that reply, and you can on just 2 clicks reply back to the user. So this can be some FAQs on the agent end that they might be asking to the end user. So that's about the team setup. Coming to routing, so we have contextual routing in place. So contextual routing goes above the normal routing that you would want to do. So say for example, if you have a user um, who is like a premium support or a premium customer that you have, and you want only one set of agents to reply, so you can just add, say, username as a rule set, say for example, and then you can just select that if the username is equal to, let's take example of Rahul, right?
All right.
And if the username is Rahul, so that if the conversation is coming from Rahul's end, so I want to dedicate that particular agent category to address queries coming from Rahul.
So Drishti, I'm guessing you can actually categorize agents according to, let's say, geographies and type of queries or anything like that too, right?
Yes, yes, definitely. So
Oh,
here
that
what I have
is.
created is that one is a default and one is
Mm-hmm.
time slot 2, which you were talking about, say that is a different geography. So I can
Right.
assign categories accordingly and have conversations assigned, sorry, agents assigned to that category.
That's correct, because in a lot of these organizations you have certain people who are having expertise in certain things and certain cultures and geography. So I think it's best if you can route those questions and those queries to those agents who are based out of and have an expertise in. So this is a fantastic feature I think we have come across with.
Absolutely. And that's preferences, which is from the agent side on how they would like to get notified by a sound, and if they would like a wallpaper behind the agent conversation that they have, something different if they would like rather than a plain screen, then they can definitely go ahead and do that. So that's about the general configurations. Now, what I will do is I will just start a live chat conversation right here, and we can see how that works about. Currently, I have not set it as Saturday, Sunday as working for my agents, so there is none of the agents which are available. So it will go to the unassigned section as we can expect, or to the new section, as this is the user that has already interacted back. So it gets assigned to the new section where the agent should be picking it up. So the new requests coming in will always go to the new section. Now here, as we can see, I had assigned my name to Hussein, and here you can see the details here. I had added the phone number below, and also the solution can identify which user or which country the user is coming from. So here you can see it's Mumbai, the country is India, the time zone, and also the public IP address which would be there. So before picking up the conversation, the agent already has a context about what the user is coming from and what their particular query might be. So I can just click on start conversation, and here I am, and I can just begin and have a conversation with this user. So I can just say, hi, how may I help you? Or I can just go ahead with a quick reply saying, hello, what is the issue? That's right.
That's right.
And here is something which is really efficient, or I can say essential. So suppose there are multiple agents having conversations with the end user, and now I want to see if there is something special that the end user has asked for, right? So here, say suppose the end user says, I have some issues with my bot, say for example. Okay, so then I can just write that issues with bot, and so that if any other agent picks it up in the future, they can always refer to this notes and can have a more context of what the end user comes in from. So that's with,
That's right. That's
yeah,
right, guys. We at Engati, we believe that context is very important when it comes to a conversation, right? I mean, you can't just go in blind and just have a conversation. That will definitely piss the customer off. So something like notes section that we see there is very important because, you get to add all these certain notes that you have so that the next agent can refer to those and have a seamless transition of conversation. I think that is very important when it comes to efficient customer experience. What do you think, Drishti?
that's absolutely right, Rahul. And yeah, well, of course, that explains a lot. And suppose if I am the agent and I want to search from the knowledge base that I have added. So the whole automate section has the smart responses plus the bot platform that you can build. So suppose I have added some queries um, in my FAQs itself. So here is where I can search for these queries. So say how to build a bot is a query which has been already added in my FAQs. So here as an agent, I can search for this FAQs, I can copy the answer, and I can just tell, say, a link to www.xyz.com. Right, so this is how it becomes very easy for the agent to interact with the users when all of the resources are available.
Definitely. And Claire, to answer your question, we have stitched the conversation from different media. As you can see on the left, we have two users, but essentially they're the same user from different websites and different time zones, right? So, and they have logged into the chatbot at a different time. So definitely you get a context of what the conversation was happening before. So that can be, and as you can see, this thing go across social media channels from, let me uh, be the agent coming from Facebook, from Twitter to website. I mean, the agent can have your touch points with you on multiple channels and you can see them all across in one view. And I think that's the beauty of the Engati live chat that we bring around.
That's perfectly true. And this merging of the conversations that Rahul was just talking about. So if I see in my all users, here are multiple users that had conversed with, say, agent or the bot. So here I can see that the same user had come from the Messenger platform and also from the website. So suppose if I'm going through the Messenger platform, if I see the recent conversation, so I can see that they had a web conversation before, and if I can click, so here I can see the conversation that we had currently, that was, hey, what is the issue, on 3rd October as well. So if they are coming from different platforms as well, I will still have a context of what they were talking about earlier when they came in from a different platform or from a different channel. So I hope that answers your question, Claire.
Yep. We have questions flowing in. Let's get to the Q&A soon, but we'll just finish this off, and we will
Yeah.
definitely answer all your questions, guys. So just bear with us for a couple of more moments.
Yes. So coming to the automation part, so as we know that live chat itself, one thing will not be a very efficient solution, because we also need chatbots to answer some basic queries or at least get some basic information coming in from the user. So here, the same as the bot platform, you also have the automate section where you can ask the user about their details first. So you can just go in through, say, request user data, and you can ask about their queries and what issues they are facing. And then they can get routed to a live agent, so that the agent does not have to do the whole conversation with them. Rather, they just have the information and they can just start talking about the issue in front. And we also have extensive integrations with Google Sheets, Salesforce, Calendar. You can send SMS, you can send emails, and also some ticketing system in place. So
Definitely, it's an all-inclusive platform, and we've built it with a lot of passion. So I think that definitely does it. And as Dennis was mentioning, it's the key is to kind of marry human intelligence with automation, and I think that's the approach over here too. So as you can see, we have integrated the classic chatbot, the classic Engati chatbot as well. So you can have the initial conversations with the customer through that, and then when it comes to a very complex query like were let's say in Friends case, were Rachel and Ross were on a break, or maybe what was Chandler Bing's job. That is something you need a specialty, or maybe a special person to handle that. That's when the human intelligence come into place, and I think marrying these both is, I think, the only way we can serve fantastic customer experiences across. So, all right. So, I think we can open up for the question and answer round. Audience, any questions? Please pop it in the Q&A, and we are right here to solve your questions.
definitely, till the questions come in, just one last part that I would like to cover here is that the dashboards that we have, the extensive analytics that we provide on the platform. So here you can see the analytics also in the form of graphs and also in the form of pie charts, where you can see the wait time of the requests coming in, the resolution time, which channels that they are coming from, and whatnot. This is the whole summary. If you would want to see the agent analytics, so you can also see that here, and also with the SLAs that you have set up. So you will be able to see whether they have responded and also if they have resolved the queries in time or not. And if there are some bot responses coming in, like if they are interacting with the bot itself, then you can see if there were some questions answered or unanswered. And if they were unanswered, so you can go in and train the queries that were coming in. So yeah.
All right, so that does it, and we have questions coming in, and the first question is asked, and that is, what about multilingual support? How does that work? One of our attendees is asking that. So how do you go about that, Drishti?
Okay, I will just share my screen again. Okay, so here, the same as the bot platform, what we have is the languages where you can just enable. Now, say suppose the other language that you would want is Arabic. So with Arabic, we also have the right to left support, so that the bot recognizes that the the typed text is being from right to left, and the bot can respond and recognize that automatically. So here you can add multiple languages right here, and then as you can see in the general section, you will be able to see multiple languages are also available. So you can set it up that way.
That's right, guys. It's a multilingual chatbot, and it's smart enough to support 50 plus languages. And what's better to engage the customers better than engaging them in their own language, I guess. So that's something. We have another question that is coming by Armin. And Armin asks, do you have a supervisor role? Because I think that's important when it comes to corporations. You have, hierarchy.
That's
So how do
right.
you go about that, Drishti?
Okay, so when you add a team member, currently the owner is the supervisor and the agent that you have added will be an agent, of course. And here you have an ability to add a supervisor, say for a particular channel or one particular category. And if you would want, you can add for multiple categories as well. So definitely you have that ability to add a supervisor or an agent to your bot.
There
I
you
hope that
have it.
answers your question.
Well, Armin, I hope that answers your question. Any other questions, any queries, you can definitely reach out to contact@engati.com. We have one more question by Peter. Peter is asking, wow, I love the easy interface. Thank you so much, Peter. I really appreciate that. And it's built that way to make it very easy. The question is, how much time will it take to onboard 10 agents, Drishti?
Well, I will just show you how easy that is. So suppose I am just adding one agent, say that is agent 1, agent 2 at the rate gmail.com. I'll just enter the name of the agent, say it is Alaska Young, and here send email. That's it.
That's about it, guys. All you got to do is enter their email, their name, send the email, and you have the agent on board. We have another. I hope that answers your question, Peter. It's super easy, very simple. You have another question by Brad. Brad asks, do you offer free trial? How do I get started?
Yeah, we offer a 14-day free trial, so you can hop on and have the whole setup done, and you can try it out extensively for 14 days, and then, yeah, well, that's the trial period.
That's right, guys. I mean, come on board. We want you guys to try it out because we're really excited about this, right? And the demand has been great. So why don't you just come on, hop on, register, and try it out for free for 14 days? You get to see what are the functionalities and all of that stuff. So thank you for asking, Brad, and I hope you're having fun. We have another question by Vanessa. Vanessa asks us, "Can I support skill-based routing, and how does that work?"
Um, Skill-based routing is not something that I got from the question, but if you're talking about, say, contextual routing, so that is how you can add it in the rules set. So here you can just set up title, or if you have some accounts, like say different accounts that you have set it up on the platform, say it's enterprise or premium or business accounts, so you can have it that way. And of course, if you're talking about the categories that are with different functions or different skill sets, then definitely you can go to teams. Here in the setup itself, you can add multiple categories. Say one category is billing, so you can add that. One category is IT support, so you can add that. And now in the manage section, suppose Alaska Young is to be answering all queries coming in from Facebook, and category can be, say, billing. So that's how easy that is. I hope that answers your question.
That's right, Vanessa. I hope that answers your question. Pretty simple, just a couple of clicks, and you can route your agents and your conversations. So I think we can wrap this up. That's about it, guys. We're running out of time. But any other queries, if you guys have, please feel free to reach out at contact@theratengari.com. The session will be live on YouTube as well, the whole webinar, so you can watch that. And make sure you guys subscribe because we see a lot of you guys have been subscribing. So thank you for the love. And make sure you guys subscribe because we post premium content right there. You can even comment on the comment section and ask any queries. We'll be happy to solve that. So thank you so much. And we are so glad you guys could join us. And I mean, we hope you had fun. And Dennis, thank you so much. We love you. And thanks for that energy. Drishti?
Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you soon, and we'll see you around for the next webinar. Have fun. Please stay safe and reach out to Engati for whatever you any doubts or any queries. We'll be there and happy to help you guys. Thank you so much, Shrikant. Thank you. So glad you could join the show. That's right, guys. You can see it. Contact@engati.com. Do hit us up. We'll be there for you. Thank you. Signing off.